CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go and by Carroll Lynx. Game On is brought to you by Aquino Financial Services.
Hi there, I'm Pat Stetzer, and welcome back to Game On. Soccer regional champions have been crowned, and football is 1 week away from the postseason kicking off. We've got you covered on all that and plenty more, so let's get started. It's Game On. We begin with Week 8 football scores from around the Carroll County Athletic League. Francis Scott Key enjoyed a win against South Hagerstown. Winners Mill won for the second time in 3 weeks. Century notched a road W against the Cavaliers, and Liberty did the same against first place Westminster. CMSportsNet brought you coverage of 2 of those games last Friday. Let's look at some of the highlights, starting with our Game of the Week broadcast between the Lions and Owls from Ruby Field. Both defenses are rising up early until Liberty marches to the 5-yard line late in the first quarter. Chase Miller avoids some pressure, buys some time, and finds Kevin Poole out of the backfield for a touchdown pass, and the Lions are on the board first. Second quarter now, it's Miller to David Akinboye for a 15-yard scoring strike just inside the pylon on the far side, and Liberty goes up 14-0. The Owls get into Liberty territory midway through the quarter, but the Lions defense stands tall. Max Grosslinger comes up with a strip sack, and Danny Nelson falls on the ball at midfield for a huge turnover. The Lions get down to the 1-yard line a little bit later, but Westminster holds up. Miller's pass gets picked off in the end zone here as he rolls away from the pressure. Canton Rudders is going to grab it, and the Owls have a turnover of their own. A long run from Jack Hitchcock has Westminster on the move late in the first half. Rory O'Connor tries to throw a long pass, and Poole comes over from the interception. It's 14-0 Liberty at the break. The Owls break through, and Kason Doan scores from 2 yards out, and the extra point makes it 14-7. That's actually early in the fourth quarter. A huge play here 1 minute later for the Lions. Miller's going to get the ball to Akinboye. It's a 3rd and 4, and the senior weaves his way through the defense for a 55-yard catch and run. Turns the Jets on after that move right there, and that sets up a 1st and goal for Liberty. Liberty's up 10 late in the fourth quarter. It's all but over here as the final minutes are ticking away. O'Connor is going to get sacked by Logan Tasker. Actually, that's Tristan West, I believe, there on a sack. So they celebrate that play, and the Lions are getting ready to celebrate late in regulation. Final score, Liberty 17, Westminster 7. The Lions added a field goal from Ryder Hecox. They take over first place in the CCAL, and they beat the Owls for just the second time since 2009 as the Lions celebrate before their post-game huddle. Now let's head to Winfield, where the Cavaliers hosted Century in another big county matchup. The Knights score on their first drive of the night. JT Ferguson takes a direct snap and darts right through the middle of the Cavaliers defense for a 55-yard touchdown, and Century takes the early lead. The Knights are back in the red zone early in the second quarter, and quarterback Jake Dexter finds Will Koenig on 3rd and 15 out in the flat. Koenig does the rest for a 20-yard touchdown, and Century up 14-0. The Cavaliers get the ball toward midfield on their next possession, but a pass here from Caleb Evans is going to be a little high, and it lands in the hands of Tyler Dale for a Knights interception. That's Dale's 2nd of the season. And the Knights cash in. Dexter to Koenig, and this one is a 6-yard touchdown just before halftime, and Century is all over the home team. South Carroll avoids the shutout early in the fourth quarter. Evans avoids some pressure and uses his legs. He's going to score from 14 yards out. So South Carroll on the board. They do convert a 2-point play, but they're still down by 2 scores. And that's how this one ended at Parker Field. Final score, Century 21, South Carroll 8. The Knights win for the second time in 3 weeks, and they get to 500 with 1 game left in the regular season. Time for the updated county standings. We get set for Week 9. Liberty out in front based on last week's win over Westminster. And Century is still alive, actually, for a county championship. The Knights need to beat Liberty and have Westminster lose to Winners Mill to share a piece of the county title. Now let's see the county's stats leaders. The coaches submit stats to CMSportsNet earlier this week. Passing leaders are up first. Chase Miller leads the pack. He's one of 4 quarterbacks with 1,000 or more yards so far. On to the rushing leaders, a battle at the top between Jack Hitchcock and JT Ferguson. Check out Connor Stack of Man Valley, an explosive play waiting to happen so far for the Mavericks. Receiving leaders are next. Tristan West holds on to the top spot. The Lions senior leads the CCAL in catches and yards. Winters Mill with a pair on the leaderboard after their big game against Man Valley. Defensive leaders now, Century's Dom D'Amico with more than 80 tackles and 13 for loss so far for the Knights linebacker, and we'll see him this week against Liberty. All right, time to take a look, a little spoiler alert, at our next Game of the Week broadcast. We've got Century hosting Liberty at the Castle in Eldersburg as the Lions look to lock up the Outright County Championship. Randy Pence is back with me for pregame coverage at 6:20, and the kickoff for that game is set for 6:30. Let's dive into this matchup and talk about the teams, and we'll start with Liberty. The Lions bounce back after that overtime loss against South Carroll with a huge road win against Westminster. We just showed you the highlights of that. They now shift focus to a Century team they beat soundly twice last season, the second of those coming in the regional playoffs. This game is also for Freedom Bell bragging rights, and Liberty has held the trophy for the past 8 seasons. Now let's talk about Century. The Knights are trying to post their first winning regular season since 2019, and they want to reclaim the Freedom Bell for the first time since 2015. They're coming off that impressive Week 8 win against South Carroll. Those 2 losses to Liberty a season ago were big ones. Century fell by a combined 77-0. On to the team stats now. You can see the offenses are pretty comparable heading into this matchup. Liberty's defense slightly better in terms of points allowed. The players to watch now for our Game of the Week matchup, we showcase 2 premier running backs. Kevin Poole leads the Lions out of the backfield. Meanwhile, JT Ferguson leads all of the Carroll County Athletic League in scoring, and he is second in rushing yards. Now it's time for the Coach's Corner. We caught up with both coaches ahead of this week's big game, so let's hear from Century's Dave Ferguson and Liberty's Larry Luth.
Coach, South Carroll was coming off a pretty inspired win against Liberty in overtime, and you were able to go to their place and get a win, get you guys to 500 and get ready for this week against Liberty. How pleased were you in the effort that you guys put on the road to get a county victory in Week 8?
Oh, extremely pleased, right? I thought we played well, especially in the first half, right? We kind of let up a little bit there in the second half. But it was a great all-around win. We had good offensive plays, we had good defensive plays, and I thought the team played very well.
We just played with a lot of energy. I was real excited. Kids came out, they played intense, they played hard. Spencer Kieran, our D coordinator, put together a great game plan, and the kids bought into it, and they just executed. Defensively, we just executed full speed. So if we play with that energy, we think we're as good as anybody in the league.
For the first time in a long time, the Liberty Century game's got a little more juice in it because of how well you guys are both playing. The kids are excited. I know you guys are excited. Do you think it's important to keep everybody's emotions as in check as you can before you get on the field on Friday and get going?
We want to keep them in check, but we also want them to get excited, right?
Yep.
Liberty Week, it's always exciting. Liberty's a great team, and I still think we haven't played our best game yet, right?
Okay.
And I'm hoping that this Friday night it'll show up.
Century, they honestly believe they can win the Bell, and that's what a rivalry game's all about. I'm not sure they felt they had that confidence the last couple of years, but this year they are. They're playing much improved, much better. So it's going to be a battle, and we got to execute. We got to come out with the same energy, and our goal is this is an opportunity for us to get at least part of the county championship. So we're real excited, and hopefully we play the way we're capable of, and we do the things we're capable of doing.
It's an exciting time,
Yep.
And it's going to be a phenomenal game on Friday night.
Big thanks to both coaches for giving us a few minutes this week. So it's Century taking on Liberty this Friday night on our next Game of the Week broadcast. Our pregame coverage starts at 6:20 and kickoff is set for 6:30 p.m. Time to see the rest of the Week 9 games from the CCAL. Man Valley heads to Williamsport for the one non-county matchup of the week. Westminster heads to Winters Mill for their city rivalry, and FSK is hosting South Carroll. Don't forget also we've got bonus coverage for you. Westminster taking on Winters Mill. A little, not quite Game of the Week action, but some CM Sportsnet football action November 1st, 7 o'clock kickoff at Winters Mill as the city rivalry continues again. It's the Owls and the Falcons. We'll have it for you on November 1st. Time for a quick break. We come back, we'll visit boys soccer and girls soccer and see if any teams earn regional titles. Plus, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. So stick around, Game On will be right back.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Hi, I'm Steve Aquino. Creating a financial plan requires a disciplined, well-thought-out approach. At Aquino Financial Group, our mission is to provide a variety of solutions to help our clients fulfill their lifetime financial goals and dreams.
Catch all the high school football action with CMSportsNet's Game of the Week. From kickoff to the final score and all the plays in between, we've got you covered. Check out this week's matchup. Hi, I'm Pat Stetzer. Join me for pregame reports, play-by-play commentary, and analysis. Plus, CMSportsNet's halftime report and exclusive post-game interviews. Don't miss CMSportsNet's Game of the Week.
Join us as we honor local veterans with a special all-day broadcast. Starting at 9 a.m., the Community Media Center will feature interviews with local veterans.
You have a duffel bag on your back and your front, and you get the drill sergeant yelling at you. I remember thinking, what did I get myself into?
But you got a Navy Cross.
Yeah, well, I wasn't trying to get the Navy Cross.
My father volunteered for Vietnam at 18, and he served in uniform for 42 years. We'll actually be burying him in Arlington next month.
They offered me the choice to learn either Russian, Persian Farsi, which is the language of Iran, or Arabic. And I chose the Persian Farsi language because of all the conflict going on at the time.
In some respects, I'm the same guy that joined the Navy in 1979, but I'm a different guy as well.
Hear these and other stories from Carroll County service members on our special Veterans Day broadcast on November 11th.
Welcome back to Game On. Let's get right back into some Carroll County fall sports. Let's start with boys soccer and see what's been going on in the Carroll County Athletic League with some recent results, and some pretty big results at that. Man Valley topped Westminster in the regional quarterfinals. Liberty took down South Carroll before beating Pikesville in their regional final, and Century did the same at home against Walkersville. They repeated as region champs. Let's check out some highlights from that Man Valley Westminster matchup in their regional postseason clash that took place last week. Ashton Gifford, he scored all 5 goals in the Owls win over the Mavs back in September. Going to get a great chance right here in the first half, but the shot caroms off the right post and the game stays scoreless. Early second half, Man Valley strikes on this corner kick. Ryan Solito sends it in. Lino Collin Jr. squares up on it and scores. Mavericks up 1-0. That was actually all she wrote from Ruby Field. The final score was Man Valley 1, Westminster 0. Now we're going to head to the Lions Den, where Liberty hosted Pikesville in that 1A North Region final from Tuesday. Pick it up late in the first half, William Parker gets off a shot that nicks a Pikesville player and goes into the net, and the Lions are up 1-0, and that is the halftime score. Midway through the second half, Liberty plays the ball to the far corner, and watch Lucas Britos turn on this ball and give the Lions right there a 2-0 lead. A nice goal from the county's leading scorer, and he celebrates near his team's sideline. Liberty pads the lead here when Hamza Khan rips a shot into the net, and the Lions are all over the Panthers at home. They can smell that regional championship. Pikesville avoids the shutout, but Liberty wins 3-1, and the Lions repeat as regional champs. Time to take a look now at the regional brackets that involve Carroll County teams, starting with 1A North Region 1. Liberty the champion after that 3-1 win over Pikesville. The Lions move on to host International Largo on Friday at 7 p.m. In Class 2A West Region 1, Century is the champ thanks to that victory against Walkersville. The Knights host Fairmont Heights in the state quarterfinals on Saturday night at 6. And the 3A West Region 1 bracket, where North Hagerstown blanked Tuscarora to take the title. Man Valley fell short against the Titans in the semifinals after they beat Westminster in the first round. And now the scoring leaders for boys soccer. Lucas Britos added a goal in that regional final. He's on top with 52 points, but Century's Nick McGinn close behind. He posted a hat trick in the Knights regional final win over Walkersville. Over to girls soccer and recent scores. Century edged Middletown in their regional championship game. Man Valley couldn't get past Oakdale in theirs, and Liberty beat South Carroll to repeat as regional champs. Let's see some highlights from the SC Liberty clash from Tuesday. Pick it up here. Lions going to get a direct kick from Hannah DeVincent, and Bryce Sarver gets her left foot on the ball right there into the goal. Lions up 1-0. Cavaliers get right back into it. Peyton Davis with her trademark flip throw-in, and the ball actually bounces right into the net. South Carroll draws even, and the Cavaliers celebrate. It's 1-1. We're in the second half now. DeVincent throws it in quickly. Ave Awesome gets good position and puts one in. A great shot from Awesome, and the Lions are back on top late in regulation. One more surge from South Carroll, but the clock runs out, and Liberty wins it 2-1 to repeat as regional champs, and the Lions advance to the 1A state quarterfinals. Now let's check girls soccer brackets. 1A North Region 1 up first. Like we said, Liberty is your champ. The Lions move on to face Perryville at home on Friday, November 1st at 5 p.m. The 2A West Region 1 is next. Century is the champ once again. The Knights won their 9th game in a row. They beat Middletown. They host Hereford on Saturday, November 2nd at 4 p.m. The 3A West Region 1 bracket, Man Valley reached the final but fell short against Oakdale 4-1. They did beat Westminster to get there. Scoring leaders are up next. Liberty's Hannah DeVincent added to her totals in that regional final, and she has the lead in the county. Bryce Sarver also added to hers, as did Ave Awesome, both from the Lions. As always, we've got you covered. More playoff soccer for you in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for more coverage and find out which teams are putting together a state championship run. State quarterfinal play is this Friday and Saturday. The winners head to the semifinals November 8th and 9th. Field hockey has also moved to the state tournament. Carroll County has 3 teams getting set for quarterfinals. Let's look at those brackets now, starting with Class 1A. Francis Scott Key beats Century, win the regional title. The Eagles head to Perryville now for a quarterfinal game, October 31st at 4 p.m. A win would give FSK its 19th appearance in the state semifinal. Over to Class 2A, it's county champion Manchester Valley back again. The Mavericks clobbered Damascus to get there. They are the top seed. A win over Chesapeake Anne Arundel gets them back to the state semis for a 4th straight season. And now Class 3A for Westminster. The Owls beat Franklin 3-2 to advance, and they host rival Linganore on Halloween. The quest for an 11th state title begins this week for Westminster. Congratulations to the 3 county regional champions, and good luck in the state tournament. The Fall County Cheerleading Championships took place October 26th at Francis Scott Key High School. All 7 varsity squads were in action, and Manchester Valley looked to repeat as the team champion in 2024. Third place went to the host Eagles of FSK. The judges wound up giving them a score of 107.9. They finished third there. You see a little bit of their routine from last weekend. Second place was Liberty. The Lions posted a score of 110.4. They finished in second, and they're going to be moving on to the regionals as well. And the champion, once again, we're going to see a little bit of their routine here coming up, was Manchester Valley. The Mavericks won the team title with a score of 114.4. So they come onto the court here at FSK in front of the judges and the fans. Let's take a watch and see what the Mavs pulled off to win the county title. Good stuff there from Manchester Valley. Close scores all around throughout the day. Junior varsity and varsity took place. 6 of the 7 varsity teams will be competing at regional competitions this weekend at Harford Community College. Congratulations to Manchester Valley and all the JV and varsity squads for their hard work on display at the county championships. Some good stuff there. Time to shift over now to the Carroll Lynx. And women's soccer made more history last week when they hosted a playoff game on campus. Garrett College came to town having lost to the Lynx during the regular season. The Lynx fell behind early in this one, never recovered, losing to the Lakers 4-0. We spoke to Carroll coach Carl Delmont after the game to talk about his team's inaugural season and the success the Lynx had this fall. Let's hear what he had to say. All right, usually it's the CMSportsNet player of the game. It's going to be the coach of the game here, Carl Delmont. I know the game didn't end the way you wanted it to. What was the biggest difference, before we get to the season, biggest difference, because you guys beat them early in the season, and today they sort of struck early and never looked back.
Yeah, and they struck early last time, right? They scored in the first, I think, minute and a half, and we came back and rallied. I think, honestly, I think the girls maybe a little bit intimidated, a little bit nervous. Got to give Garrett credit. I mean, since we played them, they went 5-1-1. They played Harford recently, and they went to a 0-0 tie. Harford beat us pretty significantly. So, they've improved a lot. I think we caught them early in the season, and maybe we got a little lucky. I don't know. But overall, look, we had our moments today. We had some opportunities to score. First half, we had a cross that we just missed. That goalie played amazing. Give their goalie credit, right? But overall, I'm proud of the girls. I just got all the ones that are not coming back because they're sophomores, not seniors. Second-year players. Got them all flowers and gave them all hugs and just told them how proud they are. Because honestly, without them, we couldn't have made this work. And it was a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that most people don't see. And overall, losing is not fun. But losing with a team like this that we knew that we made history, first playoff game in history, just the way they played 4 seed, you can't walk away here without smiling, even after a loss.
Well, that's funny. I was walking onto the stadium and someone said, Byron Moore said, would you believe that before this season started, we'd be here in late October playing a playoff game? And I don't know if many would have believed it. You guys were down 2 and 3 players at some points early in the season. I won't say it's a ragtag bunch because that would be a knock on the girls, and they're certainly talented and they work hard. Can you put it in perspective, though, what this means for the program, just to get this thing off the ground, to win some games, to have a home playoff game? It's got to make, you said about smiles, that's got to make you proudest of all.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, these girls put in so much time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears. And, today, little tears, but a lot of smiles. And that's what you want to see. It's not the game today that defines us. It's the season and the fact that we put this program on the map. And now it's, I've been recruiting like crazy. I had 4 Zoom calls this week. But, I got to find some more girls. My goal next year was 20. And, hopefully we get some more that have a little more soccer experience. But, it's tough. I joked that with some of the girls, they haven't played since 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, right? So it's like I'm teaching calculus and some haven't taken pre-algebra yet, right? So you're trying to make it all work. But the way they play together, and that was the key. I said it last time you interviewed me. The heart, the chemistry, it's just fun to watch.
Hopefully this is a springboard for future programs and success. Had a fun time watching you all season. Coach Carl Delmont, thanks very much. So much. Yep, that'll do it. Thanks to Coach Delmont for giving us some of his time after that playoff loss. Still, Carroll finished 4-7-1 in its very first season. The Lynx went 3-6 in conference play, led by Haley Greenwade and her 13 goals. Carroll had 8 different players score this season, and 3 goalies saw time in the net, with Chloe Herpel posting 60 saves. Carroll Lynx volleyball finished its regular season with a winning record and earned a home playoff match, the first for the Lynx in their brief history. Anne Arundel Community College came to Copper Mine Pantherplex on October 29th for Region 20 Division II tournament game, looking for some revenge after the Lynx beat them in 5 sets during the season. Let's see how the playoff match went down in Hampstead. Carroll faced Anne Arundel as the Lynx tried to take down the Riverhawks for a second time this season. Carroll takes the first set 25-18, and set point goes to Grace Bowman with a nice tip over the net. The Lynx are up early in this best-of-5 match. Anne Arundel rallies late in the second set and closes the gap, but Carroll prevails 25-22. Miriam Zuazo tallies the set point for the home team, and they lead 2-0 in the match. A long rally late here in the third set with Carroll up by 1 point, and it's Carly Badorf who ends the sequence with a hard kill. The Lynx are sitting on match point. Anne Arundel staves off 1 match point, but a service error gives Carroll the set, 25-22, and the Lynx advance. Final score is Carroll 3, Anne Arundel 0, and the Lynx win their first playoff match in program history. We caught up with middle hitter and Manchester Valley grad Emily McElwain afterward to talk about the big win and how the season has gone for Carroll this fall.
It was really cool to win the match. That was amazing. I kind of had the mentality that if we lose, we made it so far that we already did so amazing. So that took the pressure off. And then I mainly played for fun. It feels really great, especially when we have the energy from the fans, and we really build off that, and we've been able to elevate our level of play.
Carroll improves to 10-8 on the year, and Carly Badorf posted 14 kills and 15 digs in that playoff win. Michaela Adami handed out 33 assists, and Emily McElwain added 9 kills and 4 blocks. The Lynx move on to face Montgomery College, the number 2 seed in the tournament, on November 2nd at 11 a.m. All right, time for the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. We head to Winters Mill and check out a sophomore making quite a name for himself on the Falcons football team. Let's find out who it is.
All right, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week, Austin Denning, Winters Mill football. 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns last week. Big win over Man Valley. Take me back to Friday and just what that felt like. Not only to get a win against a county team, but to go off the way you did.
I mean, nothing like it really. South Carroll, I had a similar game. I don't think I did as well though. Man Valley, it was fun. We went in at half and I could tell the team, we weren't ready to stop. We just kept going and I came back out. I think I had 1 passing and 1 rushing in the second half.
An interception as well on defense, right?
Yeah,
so pretty much all-around great game. And this season started with maybe you not as the starting quarterback, but knowing that you might get your name called.
Yes,
what's that been like, the preparation to get ready for games like this, and just how have you handled, being as good of a team player as you can, but also wanting to take advantage of your opportunity?
It's just been I've just been ready for the opportunity. I'm practicing. I don't mind if I'm not in the starting position or not, really just playing for the team.
Do you prepare differently at all? I know Coach Miller would like you guys all be preparing the same, but hey, when Austin was in at quarterback, Austin Nuts, and then he maybe goes down, or Coach wants to change it, or you've been showing out in practice, just giving yourself a chance to be ready when you're called on. Does that change your preparation at all, in week to week or game day to day?
It's really all the same. It's just a little more confidence going into it. That's all you need.
This season hasn't gone the way you guys wanted to so far, but hey, Westminster week this week, and then everybody's a fresh start. How have you guys been able to sort of not let the wins-loss thing get to you guys, as opposed to what you were coming off of last year and how great it was last year? There's still some fight and some fire in this team.
Coach Miller, really, he's the one keeping us together, I feel. I mean, we're a great team. We're still together, but Coach Miller, he doesn't like to give up. You can tell.
And I don't think you guys like to either, right? So how pumped are you? Just looking forward to the final week of the regular season against rivals Westminster.
I'm very excited. I hope I can have a repeat of what we had last week.
Well, congrats on a great game last week. Good luck this week. That's Austin Denning, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week.
CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Barnes Bollinger Insurance and by Raisin Canes.
Congratulations to Austin Denning, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week, and a look at all of our fall sports winners so far as the 2024 season is coming down to a close. And that will do it for this episode of Game On. As always, we thank you for watching. A reminder that our next Game of the Week football broadcast features Century hosting Liberty at the Castle in Eldersburg. Randy Pence joins me in the booth. Pre-game coverage begins at 6:20 and kickoff is set for 6:30. Like I said before, we'll have more playoff soccer coverage for you as well as we head into the state tournament and see if Carroll County can earn a boys soccer or girls soccer state championship. Stay tuned with CM Sportsnet along the way. Be sure to catch all of our high school sports content online on Facebook and YouTube, as well as our website at cmsportsnet.com. You can watch us on cable channel HD 1072 and be sure to follow us on Instagram at CMSportsNet Action. Thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations: Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Hi, I'm Steve Aquino. Creating a financial plan requires a disciplined, well-thought-out approach. At Aquino Financial Group, our mission is to provide a variety of solutions to help our clients fulfill their lifetime financial goals and dreams.